It's time now for Bear Chill Saturday Morning News for this Saturday morning, January 24th, 2015. Good morning, welcome to Saturday morning, January 24th, 2015. Here now, your news headlines here at our top story here at 8:30 in the morning time. Here is continuing instability at two activities in Washington, but looking for as Saudi transition adds one more element to adapt to the region backed by turmoil as President Barack Obama and the First Lady leave for India for Andrews Air Force Base as he will be going to Saudi Arabia to pay his respects to King Abdullah. A winter weather advisory in effect for 6 p.m. Saturday for New York City, Western and Central Long Island, and portions of Northeast New Jersey and parts of Fairfield and New Haven counties of Connecticut clear as a winter storm is barreling down into the region here, and we'll have more of that on the Weather Center and the Peter Channel News coming up in a couple of minutes here. Chicago Cubs have lost a Mr. Cub yesterday, and Ernie Banks dead at the age of 83. A year ago, a few outside the Chattanooga Dave jackpot. Today, he is the most sought-after man at ever since the founder of the face of the Alabama group. The Steve Jobs of China, the richest man in Asia, mass operations are as numerous as the industries. For the second week in a row, public health officials have relatively good flu news. The number of emergency department visits, hospitalizations, and kids missing from school are all down. A senior U.S. diplomat in China for negotiations on restoring long-frozen diplomatic relations met equipment descendants on Friday, seeking on the line. Thousands of Yemenis marched in protest Saturday against the Shiite rebel Houthi group 2 days after the resignation of the president of the government. In Pangkalan, Indonesia, rescuers lifted the fuselage of the crashed Air Asia jetliner nearly to the water surface on Saturday, but it sank to the ocean floor again when the lifted balloon still inflated in the setback of the effort to recover more of the victims' remains. European leaders have held out to the prospect of further restriction of Greek steps as polls indicate that a left-wing party wants to repatriate great slows to take power tomorrow. In Kiev, 50 people were killed in a shell in the East Ukrainian port city of Mariupol on Saturday as Ukraine's interior ministry said an attack Kiev blamed on separatist rebels and the Russian military. On Friday, the Supreme Court agreed to consider whether the three-drug protocol Oklahoma uses in executions violates the 8th Amendment prohibition on cruel and unusual punishment. Federal judge strikes down an Alabama's gay marriage ban. An investigation was underway Saturday after 2 Marines were killed and when their helicopter crashed during a training exercise in California. After a long time and unappealing incidents of investors, Bucks finally on Friday had its IPO, which saw the company's stock jumping 66% in its debut day of trading on Wall Street. In Washington, Federal Reserve policymakers always struggle to assure investors that they remain on track for a mid-year interest rate rise. We'll find the task has just become harder with their peers in Europe and elsewhere headed in the opposite direction. Parent company Sabre decided to sell the company, which launched in 1996 as a combination has pivoted traffic away from the site, making the company decided to focus on a core business and head off the site Expedia. U.S. home sales rise in December. Preet Bharara, the United States Attorney in Manhattan, racked up more than 80 convictions related to insider trading. Google's executive chairman Eric Schmidt claims that the internet will soon vanish. He says it will become a thing that is eternally present in the space around us. During Wednesday's Windows 10 preview day, select groups of hackers stripped of any recorded devices and cameras and sent down to the bowels of Building 92 of Microsoft's Redmond, Washington campus to try out HoloLens and software's giant. Bill Maher, the outspoken satirist, addressed the controversy of the American Sniper surrounding the Clint Eastwood film American Sniper in Friday's episode of HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher. Belgian animal sculptor Emil Jensen's Castile's work to the Roca in Austria. Fredrickson is workshop for practice on December 3rd, 2014 has the upper hand. Study points to early tool used by human ancestors. Jellyfish tagging study reveals the creature's ability to swim against the current when forming their submarine swarm, say researchers. As she held him in arms, Kathy Betts looks at her newborn son, a simple feat that may not have been possible without technology. In Monrovia, Liberia, once the epicenter of West Africa's deadly Ebola virus has just 5 remaining in confirmed case of the disease, a senior health official said on Friday, highlighted the country's success from halting new infections. In New England alerts here. Snow started accumulating in road conditions to train around the region, and please use extreme caution. Stay home if you can. Be safe. Accident were down on Route 2 and Ruber Brown Lane. Motor accident, vehicle off the road in the woods. And take a look at sports news here at 8:35. Klay Thompson scored the most points in a quarter in NBA history at 37-point third period. That powered the Golden State Warriors to a 126-101 victory over the Sacramento Kings on Friday night in Oakland, California. Here, Foxbird, deflate, deflect. That's how the rest of the football following country is going to look at your New England Patriots after a pair of news covers from Coach Belichick and quarterback Tom Brady on Thursday that provided no insight in the Deflategate. Dwight Howard hasn't had much luck this season when it comes to his health. As coming into the season was felt that Houston would finally get a fully healthy Dwight, given he felt completely recovered in his back surgery in April 2012. As he injured his ankle, no timetable in return. After about an hour's wait, Sharks defenseman Brent Burns was chosen by a group Felino in the light-hearted NHL All-Star Fantasy Draft on Friday in Columbus, Ohio. And last night, the Boston Celtics defeated the Denver Nuggets in an exciting one out in Denver last night, 199 here. The Boston Celtics will be out in Golden State tomorrow, taking on the Golden State Warriors in Oakland, California. So the Celtics going to have a tough task with the high-flying Warriors here. Peter Channel News Times, 8:36. Take a look at the traffic situation, and it is a mess out on the highways and byways here as 495, as all the highways and byways in New England are slow going throughout the region here. 39395 to New Hampshire from Massachusetts border. From 128 slow, 128 slow. All the highways are slow here. And we got a couple of accidents here. Route 24 on the northbound side. We got an accident here in Freetown, so I expect some delays here. Route 3 on the northbound side. An accident in Plymouth. Mass Pike on the westbound side, and an accident in Framingham after you pass Route 9, so it is a mess out there here. Accident 29 eastbound around the Mass Pike, and Mass Pike westbound, an accident before you approach Interstate 84 in Sturbridge here. And we got an accident up on Route 2 in Leominster. So if you are out there on the highways and byways of New England there, 295 slope from Johnson all the way down to Attleboro here. 146 back up from Providence all the way out to Worcester here. So if you are driving out and about, use extra caution. If you don't, just stay comfy in your comfortable home here. As we take a look at the weather situation here outside and the latest on the storm here. Our current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 8:37 in the morning time here. 33 degrees of temperature with light rain, fog and mist. Humidity 96%. Wind speed variable about 3 miles per barometer. 20.69 inches. Dew point about 32 degrees and a visibility of 1.25 miles an hour here. Okay, take a look at our current conditions around the region here. 32 degrees of temperature right out here in Boston. 31 in Fitchburg. 30 in Bedford. 32 in Beverly. 31 in Gloucester and Haverhill. It's 20 in Worcester. 31 in Sturbridge. 32 in Webster. 33 in Milford. It's 32 in Norwood. 33 in Taunton and 33 in Bedford. It's 32 in Plymouth and Provincetown and Falmouth and Chatham. 34 in Cape Cod Bay. 33 in Martha's Vineyard. 35 in Nantucket. It's 36 out in Block Island. 33 in Westerly. 30 in Smithfield. It's 34 out in New York City and Islip, and 36 in Montauk, 34 in Long Island and Bridgeport and New Haven. It's 31 in Danbury, 30 in Waterbury, 32 in Meriden and in Hartford and Springfield. It's got 30 degrees, 32 in Windsor Locks, 27 in Amherst, 20 in Greenfield, 26 in Athol, 27 in North Hams, 25 in Pittsfield, it's 27 in Albany, New York, 24 in Saratoga Springs, 26 in Bennington and Brattleboro, Vermont, it's 23 in Rutland, Vermont, 20 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, it's 25 in Keenan, Loconia, and Concord, New Hampshire. 27 in Jefferson, New Hampshire. 20 in Manchester, New Hampshire. 29 in Nashville, New Hampshire. 34 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And 30 up in Portland, Maine here. Okay, looking at our surface map around the country. Shows station front off the Washington, Oregon coastline here. A cold front down from Saskatchewan merged with a station front from North Dakota. A cold front from north central Minnesota stretching up the northern Great Lakes, up to northeastern Ontario, up to west to the north central Quebec, and a warm front down from Quebec, and then for the northwestern portion of Newfoundland there, and got a low pressure up in Quebec. Cold front from western tip of Cuba stretching out the central Florida, merging with a station front up the Florida, Georgia, Carolina, and up the Virginia coast on a merging of warm front. Stretching from eastern Virginia, stretching off the Jersey coastline at the sea here. We got a low pressure in Maryland, the Margaret Peninsula coastline here, and we got a photo from western North Carolina down for eastern Kentucky here. Get a photo from north central Texas down for southern Oklahoma and up to Arkansas. up in the southeastern Missouri, up in Illinois, and up in the Michigan here. And gonna have a front line from western South Dakota, down for western Nebraska, down for northeastern Colorado. Front line from southwestern Arizona, down to the Gulf of California here. And got a front line down to the California coastline here. And we got a front line from western Montana and up to the southwestern portions of Saskatchewan here. And we got a low pressure in the northeastern Florida, while we got some high pressure in southeastern Idaho and eastern New Mexico here. 29 degrees on temperature right now in Detroit. It's 28 out of Pittsburgh, 38 in Washington, D.C., 41 in Atlanta, 74 in Miami, Florida, 40 in Brownsville, Texas, 33 in Dallas, 29 in Kansas City, 20 in Omaha, Nebraska, 30 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Chicago, Illinois, 43 in Great Falls, Montana, 54 in Seattle, 53 in San Francisco, 50 in Los Angeles, 52 in Las Vegas, 56 in Phoenix, 24 in Salt Lake City, 26 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and 31 in Denver, Colorado here. Oh wait, let us take a look at our radar here on this Saturday morning here, as it is messy outside. As we take a look at the radar situation here, it is snowing from Boston and points north up to the Vermont and New Hampshire. Maine's getting some snow. Boston vicinity's getting some snow. Stretching from the Mass Park border from Boston down for Pittsfield here. And stretching on Norfolk County and up into northern Bristol County around Mansfield. And stretching extreme northern around on Woonsocket. And stretching down for northeastern Connecticut. And curving down to north central Connecticut around Hartford and Springfield. And stretching up to upstate New York here and eastern New York. And this is sleeting from south central New York, stretching on 94 from Danbury, down for Waterbury, down for Middletown, and stretching down on northeastern Connecticut, down from south central Connecticut, and stretching down for western Rhode Island here, and down for northwestern Rhode Island around Smithfield, around North Smithfield here, and while we're seeing a lot of rain showers from much of southeastern Massachusetts, and stretching down for much of Rhode Island here, down to coastal Connecticut, down for New York City, and Islip and Long Island here. As we're going to zoom you out at the radar situation, it shows a lot of snow coming from southern New York, down for central Pennsylvania, down for central West Virginia, down for eastern Kentucky and Tennessee, down for western North Carolina here, while we're seeing a lot of rain showers from southern New England, stretching all the way down for the Atlantic seaboard, down for Florida, and stretching the western tip of Cuba here. And we've seen some snow showers between northern Maine and stretching the western portions of New Brunswick here, and some snow showers in eastern and western portions of Quebec, stretching in northeastern Ontario. And a lot of snow showers around eastern Ontario, down for southwestern Quebec, around Ottawa, near Montreal here. And some spotty rain and snow showers around northwestern Wisconsin, and snow pelts around northeastern Minnesota, down for southwestern portions of Ontario here. And we're seeing some rain showers in northwestern Dakotas here, and stretching it up into southern Saskatchewan, sleet and snow around central Saskatchewan here. Rain showers in northwestern portions of Nebraska, down for southeast central portions of Wyoming, and rain and sleet and snow showers in the north central portions of Wyoming, and some rain showers in east central portions of Montana, and some rain and sleet showers in central and western portions of Montana, and some rain showers in northern Idaho, and some rain showers in west central portions of Washington State, and up in northwestern and northeastern portions of Oregon here. And take a look at a satellite loop here on this Saturday morning there, and it shows 9 o'clock. Covering much of the eastern seaboard, and covering much of the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies and up in the Dakotas, and covering much of western Canada from British Columbia down for western Manitoba here, and some patchy clouds from Minnesota down for western Wisconsin and eastern and western portions of Iowa here, and a lot of clouds from Mexico searching out southeastern Arizona and southern New Mexico and down for western Texas here. Patchy clouds coming from Four-Quarter region down for Nevada and down for eastern California here. Okay, let us take a look at our forecast discussion around the region here. A winter storm lifting up the eastern seaboard will bring snow and freezing rain to sections of the northeast United States, and Alberta Clippers should spread snow from the upper Midwest to the Midland from Saturday to Monday. Well above normal temperatures are expected over the central United States. The pattern across the nation will be very amplified in nature with a deep upper trough occurring in the eastern half of the country. And meanwhile, across the western states, a broad ridge will remain the mainstay feature, while a closed low expected to uncrowd across the subtropical eastern Pacific. And this particular setup is also known as a Rex block. At the start of the period, a coastal storm in the process of strengthening in the vicinity of the Virginia Capes as the system has excess and abundant moisture as evident of the widespread heavy precipitation lifted up the east coast as a mixture of precipitation types have been noted across the Middle Atlantic, given an intrusion amount of maritime air in the region, and over the course of the next 24 hours. Expect heavy snow and fall and ice accumulations across the coastal New England, where the WPC Weather Desk forecast 6 to 10 inches of snow. The rapidly deepening surface low will also enhance the pressure gradient across the northeast wall, which will bring some windy conditions to the region on Saturday. Here. And the next round of winter precipitation will come from an Alberta Clipper, which is reaching every Midwest by Saturday evening. And in general, such systems are moving quick movers and do not contain a whole lot of moisture. With that said, the featured forecast will race from the northern interior of the country to the Midland over the course of the next 60 hours, and this will spread snow from the northern interior of the Ohio Valley into the Midland States. The quarter of the heaviest snow appears to be across northern Indiana into central Ohio, where 4 to 8 inches are possible. Well above normal temperatures are the forecast over the northern Rockies into the northern central plains. That's open winds will aid in abundant warmth and late January with temperatures normally of 20 to 30 degrees above climatology effect. High temperatures this weekend may reach the 60-degree mark over the central plains, while 40s and 50s will be more commonplace over the northern high plains. Here, elsewhere by the western United States, region will be persistent onshore flow, accompanied by a series of mid-to-low disturbances across Washington and British Columbia. Arizona upslope terrain. Can expect the heaviest precipitation with the snow levels being rather high, given the positive origin of the invented air masses. Here. And forecast discussion around region here. A coastal storm will impact much of the region today into this evening, with heavy snow and a wintry mix across parts of the area. A dry and seasonable weather expected on Sunday. A winter storm may be back on the table for some of the region late Monday into Tuesday here, but confidence is low. Whether or not we have a winter storm, it'll be very cold Monday, in fact, Wednesday with moderate temperatures by the end of the work week here. And a quick update includes the Boston metropolitan area that the winter storm warning as heavy snow may mix with a change of rain and sleet for a time later this morning and early this afternoon here. However, as mid-level low intensifies out of a person accumulates snow expected on the backside of this system at total accumulations of 4 to 8 inches expected. The snow is wet, so there'll be a risk with some downed tree limbs and SI power just felt is worth an upgrade. Here is take a look at today's temperatures. We'll see temperatures generally in the 30s for much of the region here, so we'll expect a range of 33 to 36 degrees. And we have a winter storm into early evening here as moderate to heavy snow this morning. Slippery travel, poor visibility here. And snow changes to a period of rain across Rhode southeast Massachusetts by late morning here. Heavy snow may result in some down tree limbs, SI power outages here, and all precipitation change back to snow and then ends early this evening here. As we have some precipitation taps, mainly snow from much of northern New England here and down for western and central Massachusetts, up in the northeastern portion of Massachusetts, central and upstate New York here. And snow changes rain, freeze rain, then back to snow from much of eastern Massachusetts down for Rhode Island and for Connecticut here, and mainly rain and a little snow for them Cape Downs here. In snowfall risk is Saturday. This is the highest risk of SI power outages here, up in the northeastern Massachusetts and northern portions of Worcester County here. And winter storm warning effect for Boston and central and southern western Massachusetts, up in the northeastern Massachusetts, up in the southeastern seacoast of New Hampshire here, while seeing a winter weather advisory from western portions of Massachusetts, southern Connecticut here, and southeastern Rhode Island here, and a coastal flood advisory for the Cape Downs here. Okay, let's take a look at our forecasting. We are under a Okay, coastal storm will bring heavy snow and wintry mix early this evening here. Winter weather advisory remains effective until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening here. Location, southeast Massachusetts as well as central and southern Rhode Island here. Has attacked wet snow. Accumulations, total snow accumulation of 2 to 5 inches. And timing the snow will change to rain in all areas by late morning. This rain will then change back to snow later this afternoon and early this evening with additional accumulations expected. It impacts snow-covered roadways with poor visibility. This will make travel hazardous for motorists and walking difficult for pedestrians here. Winds northeast by 10 and 20 miles per hour, gusts up to 30 miles per hour, and visibility is 1/4 mile or less at times here. Our winter weather advisory is issued when a storm and ice is forecast to develop in the affected areas, but accumulations are expected to be light. Any snow ice will be resulting in slippery conditions on untreated roadways and sidewalks when temperature below freezing. Motorists need to be especially careful on bridges and overpasses where slippery spots can easily develop here. And day 1, today and tonight, winter weather advisory, and day 2 for Sunday for Friday, our winter storm may affect some of the region late Monday and Tuesday, but the confidence is quite low. It remains to be seen if a coastal storm would track close enough to southern New England and bring a significant snowfall for some, just resulting in light snow showers. The highest risk of windstorm right now is across southeastern New England, but one cannot be ruled out across the rest of the region here. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. For today, rain and snow before 10 a.m. Then rain and sleet between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. and rain, snow, and sleet possibly mixed with freezing rain after 5 p.m. 135 degrees. Snow for about 5 to 14 miles, but chance of precipitation 100%. Total days time 30. Sleet accumulation 1 to 3 inches possible. For tonight, snow showers likely maybe before 9 p.m. Clouds scattered during the early evening. The gradual clear skies below. Low around 25 degrees. Northwest about 8 to 11 miles per hour. West after midnight. Winds could gust size 25 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 6%. New snow accumulation less than 1 inch possible. For Sunday, most sides sky about 36 degrees. West wind about 7 to 10 miles per hour. Gust size 23 miles per hour. Saturday night, Parkhouse got a low about 11 degrees. Northwest wind about 7 miles per hour. For Monday, slight chance of snow showers after 9 a.m. But most of the gusts got about 24 degrees. And northwest east wind about 5 to 8 miles per hour. Gust size 21 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 20%. Monday night, chance of snow be after 9 p.m. Clouds got a low about 13 degrees. Chance of precipitation 3%. For Tuesday, chance of snow before 4 p.m. Most of the gusts got about 19 degrees. Chance of precipitation 50%. For Tuesday, most of the clouds got low about 70 degrees. For Wednesday, most of the Saturday podcast got about 21, low about 10 degrees. For Thursday, most of the Saturday, most of the clouds got about 32, low about 19 degrees. For Friday, podcast got about 34 degrees. Here, my friends of the day, a stormy Saturday in store. Here, once you have a good day with good positive to you for noontime or whatever.